Well, listen. I get that euro is a basket case. They've made all kinds of shitty policy with respect to immigration over the last few years, over Greece, over energy. There's all kinds of shitty things. But one of the things the reason I don't necessarily, I mean, Keith was skirting around the topic of a broken up euro, and I think one of the reasons I think the Germans will do everything in their power to keep it intact and eventually will capitulate and do some kind of federal euro United States of Europe bond and actually do everything in their power to keep it is because of the way that their economy is structured. Germany has a current account balance of 7 or 8%. Basically, they have enormous amounts of exports. They don't really consume that much, and most of their growth has historically, for the last 20 since they joined the euro, been growth oriented. And that's the function of that is because being tied to these, sorry to say, shittier countries, basically has artificially dragged down the theoretical Deutschmark. And as soon as Germany leaves this euro, their quote unquote Deutschmark, this Deutschmark version 2.0 or 3.0, whatever we are right now, would shoot up 30 or 40%. And all of their economy, which is export oriented, would be 30 or 40% less competitive. And so if you think BMWs and Mercedes-Benz are expensive today, imagine if you had to buy it in some kind of new German mark. And so I think that and the Germans refuse to restructure their economy, e.g., consume more and invest more. And so unless they're willing to do either one of those things, which is consume or invest, or accept a Deutschmark that's 40% higher than the current number, I don't think that they're ever going to do sort of what maybe they should do, which is separate themselves from the euro. And I know we're getting quite down this crazy tangent, so forgive me, but I have to push back on that view. I don't agree at all.
Yeah, okay. It's good that people always say you guys always agree on everything. We need some new guests on the show. So I always enjoy that you guys have a little bit of back and forth. I'm just the moderator here. But I kind of want to bring this.
Whoa.
Shoot.
What is one thing Rich forgot to mention? That there's two sides to every coin. So Rich is correct that basically when the Germans joined the Eurozone, the effective the currency went from, like in USD, like a $1.70 down to a $1.05. That's incredibly awesome for them. The Italians and the Spanish, their currency went from effectively 50 cents up to $1 USD. So you could, as I said, hey, the Germans could kick out of this. The Italians definitely want out of this because the way you restructure your economy,
that's fair.
You can either change interest rates or spend more or spend less money, and they're not allowed to do any of that because, again, the Germans through Brussels tells everyone what they're allowed to spend. So the other way an economy can adjust is by using the relief valve, which is on the currency side. And again, the euro is strong because of the Germans are attached to it. So remember, Berlusconi, he wanted to pull out of the Eurozone in 2012. And it was in the middle of the night. The Eurocrats went in and literally they yanked him out. They said, you're out. And they put Mario Monti in. He was a technocrat out of Brussels. Now, here we are now, like 10 years later. Who's the president of Italy?
Mario Monti?
Mario Draghi.
Mario Draghi.
Yeah.
Sorry. I knew that.
Guys, it's the biggest swamp in the world. It literally is.
But you can't deflate. You can't deflate your way to prosperity, though. That's the other. We're gonna get down.
No, but we know that.
Oh.
We know that. However, but they believe they can, and that's the point. And that's the same thing with every single country.